What is up, basketball fans, and welcome back to Zero Gravity, Apollo Media's NBA podcast brought to you by Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. We love Zing Zang over here. It's been great during the summer. It's going to be even better during the fall, even better during the winter. Get your blazing Bloody Mary mix from Zing Zang, Michelada mix, margarita mix, all the things from Zing Zang. And shout out to Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. It's a great place to watch football on Sundays. They had all the games on today. They got great wings, great burgers over at Big City Wings. We love Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. I'm your host, Tone Strankman, joined always by Sheldon. How are we doing, bud?
I'm always pretty good. I was gonna hold my hands up like this. For those who aren't watching, I'm doing a visual gag where I hold my hands away from the mic because in the pre-show I turned my mic off twice on accident. So it was a fun time.
It happens. So Sheldon, some things happened this week.
That's right. Me and my wife started watching Lost.
Okay, sure, it's great. Heard good things. Probably not going to watch. I know the ending, so I don't think I'm going to watch.
It's the journey that you're really along there for.
Sure, whatever. We just finished True Detective season 1. Me and my wife.
Oh, dude, I've already watched. Actually, stop watching. Actually,
yeah, I think I'm done. We started the second season. We got maybe 10 minutes in. We're like, you want to watch a movie instead? We watched a movie.
The first season is incredible.
The best.
So good, so dark and crazy.
Yes.
I was told, I was texting people halfway through the first season. They're like, yeah, just treat it like it's a 1-season show.
It's the best.
So
it's like Freaks and Geeks.
Apparently people are happy that Nick Cage is going to be in the newest season.
Okay.
So that could be interesting.
Maybe I'll come back for it. Who's to say? Yeah. But other news, NBA news.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we had a big one. Pablo Torre, #1 journalist in the world right now, possibly.
Definitely the most popular one.
I mean, he's on a fucking roll for the last several months with the Bill Belichick stuff, and now
making people mad.
He's making a lot of people mad
by doing his job.
Bill Simmons is one of them. Very upset about the Bill Belichick thing, which was very funny that he's upset about a journalist doing journalism things. Because that's what Bill was to start.
Hold on, I just want to do a time check. We are 2:10 in, and we've already referenced Bill Simmons. So
naturally,
if you're out there, if you're listening, Uncle Bill, you're welcome.
Yeah. But Pablo, hell of a journalist. The clip came out Wednesday, the first clip, and then the podcast came out on Thursday, I believe.
I don't remember.
I believe that is the thing. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I don't believe this clip. I need to listen to the full hour and however long podcast. It was like almost 2 hours, I believe. Listen to it the morning that it came out as soon as I could. Kawhi Leonard signed a endorsement deal, essentially, a sponsorship deal. Shout out to our sponsors, Zing Zang and Big City Wings. We love you guys, not fraud. Aspiration was the company. Aspiration is a green bank, I believe, is how they turned that out. And for every dollar that they got, they would plant a tree in the California area.
I don't know.
Trees costed 1 cent to 5 cents, I believe, is what Pablo Torre timed out there. So not expensive. And if you got $1, you're making a lot of profit off of that. But Aspiration, no idea what the bank is. The Robert Downey Jr. does a commercial for him. There's all these big names. There's all these things going around. Kawhi signs a 4-year, $28 million deal with them for endorsement. So to tweet things and like things on Instagram and retweet things and stuff like that. But in there are clauses where he says if it doesn't align with his views, essentially his viewpoint, then he doesn't have to do anything. So there was zero evidence of Kawhi Leonard working with Aspiration online in any way.
This sounds an awful lot like another contract that he has obligated to.
Yes, very similar, actually. Just a little less. A little less work on this end.
Less money, yeah.
Less money and less work on this end. The deal also included $20 million in stock in the company that has not been paid out because the company went bankrupt. Shocker. Filed for whatever bankruptcy. I can't remember which one it is. This is already strange to do an endorsement deal and not have to do any endorsing. If you sign with Nike, you're going to be in commercials, you're going to have a shoe, or you're going to wear it. on the court. You're going to wear it away from the court. You're going to wear it in the tunnels. Like, you're just going to have Nike checks all over you. Adidas, same thing. Like, all of these deals. Big Jalen Green, Wingstop, you're going to see them somewhere around the deal.
Safe to say I'm the biggest.
Yes. This hasn't happened with Kawhi. That's already shady in itself. And that this wasn't public knowledge until Pablo Torre found out and uncovered it on his podcast. If you haven't listened to it, just go listen to it. He's going to have much more detail than what we're going to get into. The biggest thing that I took away from it is that Steve Ballmer's investment into Aspiration was $50 million. Now, if you add up Kawhi's 2 deals with them through endorsement deal plus stock, was $48 million. $50 million, pretty close. 2 off of it. Go plant some trees, Aspiration. I think you owe a lot of them. They did 1 tree planting. They planted 1 tree, apparently, on record. That was it. This is just incredible. Very shady, very strange. It's a Ponzi scheme, a pyramid scheme, whatever it is.
Can we just talk about how crazy it is to only plant 1 tree?
And signing these,
you could do more than 1 tree in 1 trip.
Giant deals to do this. Like, it just doesn't make any sense why this happened, other than Steve Ballmer wanting Kawhi Leonard to come to the Clippers. That coincided with Paul George being traded to the Clippers. And the only way he was able to do that was to give him, and his his uncle, Kawhi's uncle, is the dirty businessman in this deal that everyone talked about since he was in the Spurs. Like, no one liked him back then. I can't remember his name. This doesn't make sense unless it was paying under the table, which has been done several times before, just hasn't really been proven, except for one other time where I can't remember what owner it was. Was it the Wizards? Was it the Timberwolves? I don't remember. Glenn Taylor, was that it? He did a deal like this. I think he ended up losing the team and 5 first-round draft picks for doing this. And the contract went void for, I believe, Josh Smith. Could be wrong on those names, but there is a precedence for this in the NBA. It's not good for the team or the owner. I can't believe they got caught.
Yeah. I mean, shout out journalism.
Yeah.
I guess. There have been some pretty important things in our country's lifespan that have only come to the light through like the justice system and things like that because of reporting.
Yeah.
And because of journalism and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I mean, good for Pablo. My favorite part of this, I was saying that sarcastically, but my least favorite part of it, the dumbest part of it, is people online getting onto him for snitching. No. Making it like, oh, Pablo Torre. Someone said he was dry snitching, like, for nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, well, 1, it's his job, but 2, it's like, are you really want to, like, grandstand for these billionaires?
Like, what does it matter?
Like they're looking out for you. You're really upset that someone called them out for fraud. So
right. That part's strange. Like, Dirk probably paid under the table in some way, shape, or form from Mark Cuban. Correct? Like, he took pay cuts all the time on a team that wasn't good, that wasn't spending money elsewhere. Like, that was strange. Tom Brady taking bunches of pay cuts with the Patriots to continue winning. He might have done it, but in another way, he got TB12 into the Patriots facility. He was like the head trainer. He had his headquarters right next to the stadium in Foxborough. Like, that's kind of an under the table deal. Like, yeah, sure, you can have your TB12 over there and they can be in the building and they can do all these things if you stay with us for a little bit less money, because you'll make more money off of that. That works. Whatever. This one just is fraud, essentially, on Aspiration's part. Like, they fucked everyone over. They went bankrupt. They haven't paid anyone out. I don't think they paid Kawhi a single dollar from any of these deals. So that's $48 million that Kawhi signed under contract that wasn't paid, or if he was only paid like $7 million for the first year. So that part's tough. The problem is that it has now come to light because of a good journalist. I wish we had more of these. I want to read all of these stories. I want to hear all of them on a podcast. I want to ingest all of it into my brain because it's very interesting and fun, because I just want to know how everybody works on that side of the world. Like, I don't know how this works. Like, that's so much money that you're just throwing around. $48 million just to do nothing is very interesting. And then Steve Ballmer just investing $50 million of his own money for nothing that he didn't get paid anything for, like in this company that goes bankrupt and he got scammed is what he's claiming. But he didn't really come out and say like, no, I didn't make this deal with Kawhi through Aspiration.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of danced around it, which makes it so much worse.
Yeah. It's also, I'm sure he's got a lawyer in his ear.
Has to.
Telling him, make no definitive statements about stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's all very weird. I mean, there are a lot of good journalists out there. They just don't get a lot of shine.
Yeah.
And so Torre being in a place where, is he still with ESPN?
No,
right?
he's
he was part of the
it's an independent thing underneath a big conglomerate, I think.
Well, yeah, I know that his show isn't, but he's coming out of like a semi-public spotlight.
He was already popular before this started.
Around the Horn, different stuff at ESPN, obviously a writer. And so now he's kind of like carrying a little bit of that spotlight in those relationships that like I wouldn't have really heard about the Belichick thing if it weren't for other people that are really tapped in, bringing them on their shows and stuff like that.
Right.
Or maybe people who are really offended by it. And so now it's like whenever stuff like this breaks from him, you hear about it. So props to him for his reporting, even though, I guess we'll figure out more details, or some people are saying like, oh, it's not, the truth is not all as it seems, whatever, however that ends up. The ability to just collect all this information and the resources is really impressive, and kudos to them.
Yeah.
So it's also funny that it's Kawhi Leonard of all people who has this like crazy NBA career so far, and now it's just even weirder.
Like one of the best two-way players of this generation, maybe the best, like arguably.
Yeah, as far as on-court production, absolutely, like undeniably.
And then you have the strange injuries in San Antonio. They want him to come back. He's like, no, I'm not ready. Gets a second opinion. Doesn't come back ever. Gets traded to Toronto. Wins a finals MVP. Is the best player in the world for a year. And then goes to LA. And then 2 years later, this deal happens. So 2021, when he re-upped on his contract. And like the whole contract of Aspiration essentially said, as long as he's employed by the Los Angeles Clippers, that this deal is still working. If he is not employed by the Los Angeles Clippers or he retires, this deal is now null and void. It is over. It is done. We complete the contract. We don't pay you out for the rest of whatever is left. It was a 4-year deal. It's been 4 years now. Very strange.
Man. So Aspiration filed it looks like Chapter 11 bankruptcy, which I think just lets them reorganize their assets.
Sure.
I don't think they like are closing their doors necessarily. Do we know for sure that they have? Like, does this place for sure not exist anymore?
I've never seen. This is the first time I've ever heard about it. They have like the logo Aspiration on some of the chairs on courtside at the Intuit Dome was like part of it, and they were on like tweets, like they have the logo on like the lineup tweets or whatever. But that's like I've never seen that. Like I've never clocked it. Essentially, this is like I've never seen Aspiration in my life, and then this is all like maybe Aspiration's back in business after this deal, after the journalistic duty of Pablo Torre. Maybe he saved Aspiration in all of this.
Maybe I
doubt
I
it.
don't know. I mean, all these digital banks.
It's weird because Chime is like the sponsor of the Mavericks, and now I'm like, it seems kind of weird. Does Mark Cuban own that?
Yeah. Well,
sure he does.
Yeah, SoFi is like such a big digital bank. I've known some people who use SoFi. Maybe this is like a generational thing because the person that I know is like pretty young. I'm like, I would like for there to at least be a building I can go into, even though I never will. I want to know that it's there.
Like when we were growing up, when I was, I don't know, 13, 14, 15, I had to go set up a checking account. And then like I would dump the money that I earned from mowing lawns into the account in cash. Like I'd have to go there physically, give them the cash, go into my account. 16, you got to go in there and get a check card and all that kind of stuff. Now it's just like free for all. So I don't understand it either. But yeah, weird deal with Kawhi. We'll see what comes out of it. Like if this is what actually happened and Steve Ballmer did give the investment to get a deal with Kawhi Leonard done off the books of the salary cap, Ballmer could lose the team. They're going to lose 5 first-round draft picks. That's the precedent for it, essentially. And they don't have first-round draft picks forever.
Yeah, what do they lose?
So, like, are they just going to lose, like, their 2030 through 2035 draft picks and just not have a first-round draft pick for 10 years? Like, is that what we're looking at? That's possible.
That'd be crazy. Who would own the team? Because if
he does he go into, like, silent owner and he has to appoint a governor and he can't be a part of it? Like,
yeah,
might have to do that.
Because that would kind of be a really difficult situation for whoever would want to buy the team.
Right.
For them to lose all these picks.
Oh, and then the contract of Kawhi Leonard that he signed in 2021, like, technically, do you, like, null and void all of the games that they played? Like, do you take away all their playoff success? Like, what do you do there? Because now he's on a new deal. Do you void that contract? Like, because that's the precedent. They voided the contract of the player that it happened before. They took away 5 first-round picks, and they made the owner sell the team. It's like,
yeah.
Are we looking at that again? Like, Kawhi Leonard's just a free agent now? It'd be crazy.
Incredibly weird.
Yeah.
Isn't he a free agent after this year anyway?
Is he?
I don't know. We're doing a lot of live fact checking every week here at Zero Gravity.
Contract. Let's see.
Oh, turns out if you only search his name, contract doesn't automatically come up.
He signed through the 26-27 season, so this year and next year.
2 more years. Okay.
$50 million and $50.3 million. It's tough for 22 games of action a year.
Well, I saw someone say NBA is going to punish him and making him play all 82.
That was NBA Centel. That was a great tweet.
Yeah. I'm sorry I repeated it then.
No, I love Centel.
I'm kind of over Centel. You know about Fact Sports?
Yeah.
Every time they post something, I'm like, do people think this is funny?
Centel was on a heater this year.
Centel's kind of funny.
Centel was on a heater this year. Now the offseason's been a little tough on the guy, not a lot of content to go with. And then he had this Kawhi tweet, and I was like, he's back, right back in it.
Yeah, as long as it's like jokes and not just like some random lie, then yeah, I'm down with that.
Centel also tweets out Paige Becker's like actual highlights with like real hype on it, and I'm like, yeah, we know ball here.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty funny.
He mixes it in. So that's the Kawhi news. We'll re-up on that next week. I would assume we're going to get more information this week. Let's get into the Northwest Division preview. We'll kind of grind through this. Josh is nowhere to be found.
Which is really too bad because some of his darlings are in here.
And some of his biggest haters. He doesn't like some of these teams.
Yeah. Which there's only 5 of them. So the fact that
he loves them and hates them.
Yeah.
Loves them and hates them.
It's funny that he loves the bad ones.
Yeah. I didn't write here on the show notes, but we got to do MVP, Depoy, and Rookie of the Year on this division as well. So we'll start it off from the top. OKC Thunder, 68-14, defending national or NBA champs. Sorry, I'm in football mode right now. Mississippi State top 15 win 2 nights ago, last night.
Hill State,
not a big deal. We might be back. We might win 8 games this year. OKC, 68-14. They won the chip last year. Pretty much everyone's coming back. You wrote down Nikola Topic. Sure, he's back.
Social media likes him.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean anything. But I mean, he's 6'6".
Rhymes with Jokic. He might be good.
Yeah, there's another Nikola in the league.
Sure, another one. Jovic, Topic, and Jokic. Those are the 3?
I think there's one more.
Is there? Another Nikola?
I don't think
we
don't have time to fact check this. Mirotic. Oh,
get punched in the face. This team's really good, and they're going to be really good as long as health complies with them. I know Chet Holmgren missed a good bit of time last season. Hartenstein missed a little bit of time, but it didn't really matter. The team's really deep. They got Lee Dort back for 1 more year. So it's a really good team, and the only thing that's really stopping them for the most part is injuries or wear and tear, fatigue, essentially getting into the playoffs next season. So, yeah, they're kind of right back in it. They're the number 1 team. They're the team to beat. They won the chip last year, obviously, but still the best roster in the NBA, arguably. Yeah. So, good for them, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah, they're going to be really good again. Breaking news.
OKC. Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
I also said the same thing about the Celtics last year going into this past season.
True.
Which they brought back the same team. They were not the same team last year. Like, they just didn't look the same. They weren't healthy. All the things didn't go their way. It could happen for OKC that way. I don't see it happening. They're younger, but who's to say?
Who's to say? I think they'll be pretty good. I think the way that the team is built lends itself to a lot of regular season wins, so they'll add, at the very least, unless they're decimated by injury, be pretty good there. But they're part of the reason that the roster is so good for the regular season is because it's so deep with a lot of the same kind of guys.
Yeah.
So when one guy gets injured, you have at least one other guy who can kind of step in and fill in that role at least a little. And so they're in the aggregate, if you will, for our Moneyball fans out there. I'm interested to see what they do with Caruso this year. He was so good in the playoffs, and they definitely load managed him. Yep. Then you have the injuries to their big men, like you mentioned, but who knows? Like, they could have a totally healthy season. Yeah, Topic is a wild card, but who knows? I also figured out Vucevic is the other.
Vucevic.
Yeah.
Sure.
So there are 4 of them. So, yeah. I feel like this is probably the most boring team going into this season, but it's because they're great, and there's not really a lot to say. It's kind of hard to see a team truly challenging them, which is how we felt until the Pacers truly challenged them and, took them to the brink, and who knows what would have happened.
Yeah.
With one more good Achilles. I think they'll have a little more competition this year at the top of the West. I think some other teams that we'll talk about in this episode will be a little better than they were last year. Some other teams that you guys have already talked about. So maybe they'll steal a couple of those wins. They might not run away with the West quite the way that they did. What they win it by, it's like an ungodly number of.
I mean, 16, who was the? Right? Were you all the 2 seed, the Houston Rockets?
Yeah, we were the 2
seed. Wins.
16 games. I just said 62. 60.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's what it felt like. I mean, it's like playoff baseball where a team scores 1 run and you're like, all right, game's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could win 68 games. They could win 70 games. Who knows? And
yeah, I wonder if this team's a lot like the 2008 Celtics in a way, where they just ran away with the regular season in 2008. They had trouble in the playoffs. Like, I'm pretty sure the Celtics went to Game 7 until the finals. Like, every time, every round, they went to Game 7. Like that. It's a lot of hard basketball on you. That's a lot of extra games that you didn't really need as a 1 seed, especially playing against the competition they played back then. Like, it's tough sledding, going to 7 games every series until the finals, even though that they may have went to 7 games that finals too. I don't remember, but they played 2 7-game series this round, like against the Nuggets, push them to the brink on a bad Nuggets team in comparison to the 2022 team or even the year before or the year before that. Like, they were much better in those years. This year, it was really just Jokic, just like trying to will them to a win, and they got a few of them. Like, so I could see that happening, where they just kind of run through the regular season, but then they run out of gas in the playoffs.
Yeah,
like in the Western Conference Finals or whatever. Like, they're still going to go probably far, I would assume, just depending on matchups and how healthy they are. But that's the one thing I'm looking at is like they may run the regular season table again, but. Are we doing Game 7s again in the playoffs early on? Like, that could be a problem. But
yeah, I think that's a good point. Once we're talking about the playoff picture and not necessarily like who's going to win the West or who's going to be the best in this division, it completely changes.
Yeah,
because while they are a juggernaut of a team to go through 82 games, everything changes whenever you have to play those short series, and it's just who wins 4 first. And when it comes even more so down to who's just got the best player on the court. And then guys just get streaky hot or they go ice cold, and you never know. Because the Nuggets, I mean, they could have won.
Yeah.
And then, like, I feel like another thing, too, is, and we'll talk about this team, but the Timberwolves kind of hit out of their way. Like, they got kind of lucky they ended up in the conference finals this year, I think.
Yeah.
No shade to them. I think it's just the way the matchups fell. And so we saw the Thunder handle them pretty easily, and then they got to play Memphis in the first round, and so really they played 2 legit teams. That's not fair, but you know what I mean.
They killed Ja in Game 3 too. They just shot him in the back.
We don't know how that would have gone. If
they might have won a game. They were up like 23 or something when they killed them.
Didn't he say I had just figured them out?
I'm sure
it's incredible.
I'm sure.
So good.
I'm sure he fucking did. If I was a Memphis Grizzlies fan, I would literally die for Ja Morant.
I respect him so much. Yeah, I love hearing Grizzlies fans talk about Ja Morant. It's the best.
They love him.
But yeah, so some of these teams are another year older. Some of them got a little better. So yeah, we'll see what happens when you actually have to go through those tests.
Talk about a team that got better. Denver Nuggets. 15-32. They traded Michael Porter Jr. Good for Cam Johnson. Better version of that, essentially. A little bit shorter, but
100%.
A much better version of MPJ that we saw last year with a diaper on his shoulder. They signed THJ. They brought back what's his nuts? They brought him back. Bruce Brown. There it is.
Oh, I don't know who what's his nuts is.
What's his nuts? He was on the team when they won the chip. He's been bad since they left.
Well, he's like barely played since he left.
He's just not been good when he did play, and then he was hurt the rest of the time. So now he's back on the Nuggets. Maybe he's good again. Who's to say? But they still have the best player in the world, basically, with Jokic. Like,
yeah,
that helps. And you got the rest of the surrounding team a little bit better than it was last year. Yeah, I like the Nuggets. I know Josh Garcia doesn't like the Nuggets, but I like the Nuggets. I think they're better than 50-32 this year.
Yeah, wasn't he getting mad at us? Were we just
MPJ and Cam Johnson? We're like, the roster's not better, and I'm like, yes, it's significantly better than it was last year. And he's like, no, it's not.
that one move makes it like so much better. It changes things so much for them because the year that they won, a huge reason why was because they built this kind of defensive wall to go around Jokic, and they just made it to where really all he had to do on defense was be big.
Yeah, and we just saw Slovenia just run over Serbia because they didn't have any defense.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but I saw tweets.
I didn't either, but I know my man Alperen Şengün took Serbia to task and took over and won that game. So shout out to Turkey and all they're doing on the national stage. Sure. Cam Johnson actually plays defense.
It's an upgrade.
Cam Johnson, maybe not as like gifted of a shooter, but I would say like maybe a more reliable shooter, if that makes sense.
More consistent.
Yeah, MPJ can just make some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just the way he uses his body. Yeah, and he jumps so high on his shots. It's like so hard to defend.
He was the number one player coming out of high school.
Yeah,
and like was going to be the number one pick and all this kind of stuff. Like,
yeah,
he had all of it, but his back is a problem. And then his brother bet on sports.
Well, that had nothing to do.
And MPJ likes women too much, is what we learned this offseason. He has his vices.
Is that from his podcast? I'm out of the loop on that.
Yeah. He said like his brother, his vice was sports betting. MPJ's vice is girls.
Sick.
So maybe not focused on the court. Maybe he's just playing it up for the baddies. You know.
You know what? Maybe. Yeah. Looking at their three. It's just like, so why are you saying that on a podcast?
You don't have to say it. Like, you can tell that to your boys in confidence.
Oh,
have a little confession time.
It's just so
That's funny though. I laughed a lot.
It's like we all know these rich and famous dudes, whatever. Sure. It's just so funny.
Your parents were professional athletes and Olympians. Like, yeah, we get it, man. Sure.
Yeah. They're looking at their 3-point percentages. It's like basically a wash as far as just like raw numbers go.
Okay.
And I'm sure
Cam Johnson did play on the Nets, so we gotta preface that.
So probably getting more attention now. Well, he played 57 games. For some reason, I thought it was less than that, but which is still, that's not ideal. But
you can get away with that though. With Jokic,
you can get away with that, and hopefully it's will be different. MPJ relatively reliable. 77 games last year, 81 the year before.
Diaper shoulder.
Diaper shoulder.
It literally looked like a diaper on his
shoulder. No, it did. It definitely looked like a diaper. But
and Tim Hardaway Jr.
Sure.
I mean, in the regular season, if THJ is going to give you 20 minutes, sure. Whatever, man. You didn't have anything else last year. THJ can do something for you. My close personal friend, THJ, met him in July, so not a big deal.
Yeah. He seems like a nice guy.
He was great. He doesn't know anything that I tweeted about him, but he shook my hand in confidence and said, I appreciate it.
He's personally wounded me as a Rockets fan several times, and I know he did it to hurt me.
Yeah, 100%.
But outside of that, he seems great, and I hope it works out for him here. Just as much shooting as they could get, that was just such a weakness for them last year.
It is. They didn't have any other offense outside of Jokic and what Jamal Murray would do every third or fourth game.
Yeah. Also, Jokic just magically becoming an elite 3-point shooter was pretty cool. Yeah.
Good for him.
Should be great for them. So they're the team. They're one of the teams that, I mean, it's probably obvious. They're one of the teams that I think could very reasonably knock OKC out of the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, they went to 7 games last year with a bad team. They're a better team this year. So, yeah.
Yeah, and, these series are so crazy. Like, you run them back 10 times, you might have a completely different result all 10 times. Or, you know what I mean? The games might look completely different. You might win in different orders, different outcomes, all those different things. So you never, really know what it's going to be like the next year if teams just improve incrementally. But this team is good. This team looks really good. I don't understand. Josh is not here to defend himself, but I don't understand why he's so low on them. But I think they're definitely going to make an improvement on their 50 wins. Yeah, they're definitely winning more than 50 games.
They might win 55 this year.
I could see 55 easy.
2 or 3 seed, they're going to be up there. They're going to be a top 4 seed. They're going to have home court.
Oh, let's not forget they also fired their coach in the middle of the season.
Yeah, with 4 games left, I believe.
Something like that.
And their GM.
Yeah, I say the middle of the season. That's not true. At the end of the season. So they
fired their coach and almost won the second round series against OKC.
Yeah, so
pretty good.
Weird. Shout out to son of Rockets legend Rick Adelman. David, is that right?
Sure. Sounds right. Sounds right. We like the Nuggets. The next team, we don't know how we feel about this team. The Minnesota Timberwolves. They went 49-33 last season. They lost as I said on the pre-show. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Shai Alexander's cousin, right? First in line to buy his Converse shoe that came out this week.
Pretty sick.
Waited in the rain and everything. I was like, Shai, I mean, come on. You couldn't just tell him to show up and get. Nope, he was in line. He was ready to bottom first.
He's a gesture.
And then you informed me that Nasri's sister got shot and killed last night in New Jersey. So thoughts and prayers for the Reed family.
Yeah,
Nas
very
himself.
sad.
So not great. Other news on this team. I don't remember any moves that they made. I don't know how they improved the roster. I don't know what they did. I don't think they did anything. And for that reason, I think we're at a second round exit. I think we're going to regress. I know you made the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row. It was great. Last year was a little fluky, I think, with the matchups, like you said. You still got there and everything. But the year before, it felt more real. It felt like they were there. It was their time. And then they lost the Mavericks in 5 games. Not a big deal. That was a great series for me. Last year, not as good. Not as fun for the Timberwolves leading into the Western Conference Finals. But they could do it again. They could just be in the Western Conference Finals for the next 4 years and just be the Western Conference Finals team. I don't know.
They could. Someone's got to be.
Sure.
I don't think they would have beat the Warriors if Steph didn't get hurt.
Yeah, you said that on the last podcast, and that seems right. They were winning that game 2, and then Steph yanks his hamstring, and it was over.
Yeah. So I could be wrong. You know, maybe he gets hurt the next game or something like that.
Sure.
Maybe Jimmy gets hurt randomly. I don't know. Maybe Draymond punches Rudy Gobert in the face 10 times. What a weird.
Such a strange career from Draymond Green.
Yeah.
We're not talking about them. But,
I just can't get it the headlock out of my head.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah, I feel like this team is basically the same, maybe worse.
Without Nah.
Yeah.
That's a big loss for them.
Relatively important player for them, especially since as we were looking at the pre-show, I was like, I've got questions. One of the questions is who's going to play point guard for this team when it matters?
Dillingham?
Is he?
I mean,
I'm not like a detractor.
Up.
I'm not a detractor from Rob.
Also, Josh Garcia's guy, so he's probably big on the Timberwolves because of that.
I know people love him. And
I never liked him in college, and I didn't like him when he got drafted. Josh Garcia was super high on him. I didn't see it. I didn't. Yeah. I don't like it. And he didn't play last year. He was hurt the whole year. So we're just getting a rookie season, Rob Dillingham, and he's going to be your point guard or your Nah replacement. That doesn't seem good.
Well, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker is built completely different. Physically, he's a very long,
lengthy wing,
kind of gangly guard wing combo who can shoot well. And that's, Dillingham's supposed to be able to shoot well, but he is small.
Yeah.
He's small. So slide of frame, small guy. I just feel like, is he just going to be a quicker Mike Conley?
Yeah. Because I think with the Timberwolves, it's like when we talked about the Lakers, they lost DFS. I was like, that's your best point of attack defender, and he's not the best point of attack offender.
He's a good one, but
he's fine.
or
Like,
not
he's
point
good.
of attack, but yeah.
But he was like their best defender essentially.
Yeah.
Nah is like essentially their best point of attack defender, their second best defender on the team outside of Rudy Gobert. Like, and we could talk about Rudy Gobert. And it's like, is he actually that good, or is he just tall?
No, I think
that was a joke. That was a joke.
Okay, well, it's hard to know because I think a lot of people feel that way because I don't think they understand.
No, he's
what
really
rim
really
protection does.
Yes, and it's going to be much more important this year because it seems like every single team has decided to go big.
Yeah.
And double big. So, like, it's important to have bigs in this league, especially with Gobert and Naz Reid on your roster. That's a good thing for you guys. But to lose your best wing defender, your best guard defender, and like, that's tough.
Well,
and like Anthony Edwards
would they say McDaniels is their best?
Okay, yeah. So you lost your second best. Like, that's still a big hole that you're going to need in crunch time. Like, you're usually running those two guys out with Anthony Edwards and either Gobert or Reid. Like, that's an important piece. He's part of your closing lineup last year, and you didn't replace him. That's a problem.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of questions this team has to answer throughout the season when it comes to their roster. I think they weren't good enough this year, and I don't know what the road is to get better. If they wanted to like group assets together to trade for another piece, they'd be stripping down a roster that's already not super deep. I guess they have some players that we forget about, like DiVincenzo and stuff like that, but they, kind of underperformed at times.
This team was also like bad for the first half of the season. Like, they were out of the playoff picture. They were the 11th seed for a long time. And then they got really hot at the right time and made it into the playoffs. The 49 wins. Like, if they have a better start to the season, they can get into the 50 win mark and be a possible top 4 seed. A lot of people are so high on the Timberwolves. We're just questioning some things that didn't really happen with the roster this year that we feel like needed to have replacements for, and they didn't have them. I don't know. Like, they're still probably good. Like, Anthony Edwards is still a great player. Like Rudy Gobert, Naz Reid. Like, you still have great players on your team. If you start out slow again, it's probably exponentially harder this year in the West than it was last year, where we thought the West was going to be lights out, just crazy, but it turned into like cannibalism and everybody was hurt.
Dogfight.
And yeah, it was just like the Rockets won 52 games and we're the 2 seed. Like, they got better this offseason. The Nuggets won 50 games last year and got better this season. Like, if the Mavericks magically are healthy for the first 50 games and get Kyrie Irving back, they're better than they were last season record-wise because they have players that can actually play basketball and not G League guys or guys that you signed off the street. Like, a lot of these teams got better. The Lakers have a full season with Luka. Like, if the Clippers are healthy, they're going to be really good. The Golden State Warriors, they have 3 guys that they're going to rely on, and if they're healthy, they're going to be really good. It's like, it got a lot tougher, it feels like, this offseason, and it feels like they just stood pat and sat on their hands and were like, we're good. It's okay. We're fine.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they are.
Yeah, I mean, I think we know that they went really hard after Kevin Durant. He didn't want to go there. They were willing to send Gobert.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like, they had like a legit
trade package. Yeah.
So it sucks for the Suns. Oh, I guess they ended up okay with what they got, but as far as centers go. So maybe they're just angling like Rudy can't be happy about that. That's got to have some kind of ripple effect. Maybe they don't care. But maybe they're just waiting to make another big move and they'll kind of reassess from there. But the money,
are they a Giannis team?
There's just the money is just so, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot of money for Naz Reid, Gobert, and Anthony Edwards before you touch anyone else on the roster.
Yeah, your backup center, who's very good.
Very good. But 120 million, 124 million? I can't remember what he signed. Something like that. So it's tough. Yeah. I still like them. I just don't love them. And I need to see the 25 games before I can be like, yeah, they're fine. Or, oh no, this might be a problem again.
Yeah, I think that's it. Like, maybe our tone is we're kind of overreacting to them not standing pat. Yeah. It's not necessarily that they'll be bad. I just don't think they got any better.
Well, and all these moves for the other teams could go poorly. Like,
sure. Yeah, you never know.
We don't know yet. Like,
last year for my team, but
last year we thought a lot of teams were going to be really good and they weren't. So and we thought teams that were going to be bad were really good. So you never know. Next team, Portland Trailblazers, 36-46 last season. They traded for Drew Holiday. They got Damian Lillard back. Vibes are better. Another year, Scoot Henderson. Everybody's favorite player, Denny Poop Henderson. Yep, there we go. I don't know. Like, I like this team. Like Klingon and, this team's, it's fun. If you're going to watch West Coast basketball, I'm going to tune in. I'm not going to stay up, but I'd tune in if I was staying up.
Yeah, I'll watch the first quarter.
Yeah, I'll fall asleep and I'll wake up at 2 a.m. and it'll say, thanks for live streaming this event.
Yeah. Chauncey Billups' personal life aside, he has given, I just feel like almost every team in this thing, we have to mention something about their personal life. And we totally skipped over Anthony Edwards kind of being a deadbeat dad.
We've discussed that plenty of times.
I just feel like sometimes people forget, and it really taints the way that I see him as a player sometimes, and maybe that's
in the video.
Yeah. So that aside for Chauncey, it seems like he has at least helped them develop an identity, whether it's fully formed or it's forming. They play really hard. I guess they like playing for him. Their defense, at least, like it looks like there's something there.
What's the guy's name? Kamara?
Tumani Kamara. He's good.
He's sick.
Yeah, he's good. And then Klingon provides some rim protection. Not a ton outside of that, but he's huge. And I didn't watch him a ton outside of when my team was playing them. But when we did, he was there. Like, he was a presence. And as a rookie. So we'll see how he progresses. But I think it's an exciting young team. And then, like you said, Denny Avdia. I have no idea why Israel plays in Eurobasket.
It's a strange thing.
But I guess also, like, Turkey is not necessarily... Is it European?
It's like Eastern European.
I think.
Right.
Okay. Maybe I'm putting my foot in my mouth.
Eurasian.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe it's like parts of it are in different.
Right. Yeah.
Because I've heard people refer to it as Central Asia.
Yeah. Kind of.
Anyway,
they seem very central.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's beside the point. Denny Avdia.
Also funny that this is the Northwest Division and we're talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder in here.
They are north of
this is the college football Power 4 right here.
Yeah, my favorite is every time you look at a map of where all these teams are located.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Like, OKC should just be in our division, but then it's like, how do you kick a team out because they're all right there?
Yeah, or how are the Pelicans in the West?
Or the Grizzlies?
Yes, more so the Grizzlies probably.
Yeah, they're in Tennessee.
Yeah.
You're almost in the Eastern time.
And then you look at how many teams are on the East Coast, basically, and then right up there in the Midwest, which is more east.
Yeah.
Than the Central Time Zone actually is, which is what blew my mind as an adult when I finally put all those pieces together. I started watching games that were taking place in Ohio at 6 instead of 7. And I was like, wait a second.
Doesn't make sense.
You're in the Midwest. Anyway, that's all weird. So sucks for Oklahoma that they have to fly to all these, West Coast places. It's just too.
Yeah, but with the Trailblazers,
but the team we were talking about,
theoretically, they got better because they got a year older with all their younger guys, and then you added Drew Holiday in there that can stabilize your offense and your defense for how many ever minutes and how many ever games he's going to play this year, and then having Dame back in the locker room is just all vibes. Like, that has to count for at least a win. I would count. Like, he's just going to be there and help the young guys, help the young guards, and 3-point shooting drills and all that kind of stuff. Like, he'll be able to help out, and he'll want it, and he wants to be there. So it's not like a guy that's hurt that doesn't want to be there like he was in Milwaukee. Like, he's probably not going to help you out. Like, he wanted to go back home and rehab there, and Milwaukee said no. And he said, okay, fine, buy me out. I'll make more money and go back home anyway, which good for him. So the vibes are decent in Portland. Their team is progressing in a really tough West, so they're going to need to hit on another draft pick or two, or a free agency pick or trades or whatever. Like, the team's fine.
Yeah,
it's not great, but at least there's Dame and Drew Holiday. Like, you can go off that if you're a fan. You're just like, all right, I'm going to just enjoy these 2 years of these two guys, and then hopefully our team's better by then, and we're good. I don't know.
Yeah. I think for them, this is probably halfway to the 2023 Rockets, where they add these vets and they actually start trying to win games now, and you see them make that jump to 41-41.
Yeah,
which would be a crazy jump. Well, it was a crazy jump for that team. It'd be a crazy jump for
only
this team.
5 more wins.
Yeah, that's true. I forget that the Blazers kind of came on at the end of last season.
They did.
Which is part of the reason why it's an exciting young team. So they add Drew Holiday, like you said. That probably adds a couple wins just right there.
You would think, like, as long as he's playing and is healthy.
Yes, as long as he's playing. And then Scoot, I feel like is the hinge.
If he keeps going, then he can get another bump.
If he is who he's going to be already, then they kind of got to regroup, I think. You got to do a mini reboot, something like that. Package him into trade, get a good player back. I've seen that before. But if he keeps progressing, like he's got a little better from year 1 to year 2 and a little better during the season this year.
Mm-hmm.
If he becomes the guy that we thought he was coming out of the Ignite, then they're ready to try and make the playoffs or, the play-in.
Yeah, because are we looking at different types of players here? Jalen Green and Scoot Henderson. Like Jalen Green had that awesome month in March at the end of what, 24?
It was the year of 2024. It was the 2023 season. Yeah.
Yeah. 23-24. His March was incredible. He was averaging like 30 points a night. He was just balling out against everyone. And then April, it tailed off, but it was the last 2 weeks. Everybody kind of got hurt. It was tired, whatever. The team wasn't great. Got to 41-41. The next year, Jalen comes back and he's a consistent 23, 24 points a night. Like he had his bursts, he had his downs, but he was more consistent than he had been in his career.
Yeah.
If Scoot just kind of is more consistent than he has been in his career and he looks a lot more like the second half of last season, like February on, that's a few more wins right there. Then you had Drew Holiday, that's a few more wins. Dame being in the locker room, there's another win. Like then you're looking at 41-41, maybe 43 wins. Like you're in that range, especially if Klingon and all these other young guys can keep progressing at the same pace.
Yeah.
It's a fun team. And I think they're closer, but they still need just a guy. And if Scoot's going to be the guy, he's got to show it kind of this year.
Yeah, and there's a crowded guard room now.
Yeah, it turns out.
Next year, if we're saying like he takes this big step, and then next year you've got Drew, Dame, and Scoot. And then a guy we haven't even mentioned yet, Shaedon Sharpe.
Yeah.
Who I think has been pretty disappointing relative to, he fell a little bit in the draft. I think a lot of that was just because he didn't play that much coming into the draft. But he's got all these crazy skills. And he's probably a good, I'm assuming since you are a college football fan, you've been tuned into the Arch Manning, is he a generational talent conversation?
Is he hurt or injured? That's not what I need to know.
Is he hurt or injured? Are you talking about the grimace on that throw?
As someone that has a torn labrum in the shoulder, throwing a football, that is the face I make. And the way his body moves, throw it at that speed either.
The way his body moves is like, oh, that looks not good.
Hurt or injured?
I don't know if he's hurt or injured, but the whole conversation this week is he a generational talent?
Yes.
What
or did he play against 2A high school guys?
Yeah, whatever. But then Ryan Clark on ESPN brings up, he's like, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, not generational talents to me. And everyone just pretended, well, no, you're making that face. Let me make my case. Yeah. I didn't listen to what he said, but when I saw it, I had a clear idea of what I think he meant, which was there's a difference between being a generational quarterback and being a generational talent.
Okay.
Anthony Richardson, crazy talented.
Yeah.
Terrible quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay. Josh Allen, combination of the two. He's got all these skills and they were able to turn it into an actually good quarterback.
So is Cam Newton like generational talent and generational quarterback in a way?
See,
national title, but MVP, Super Bowl runner-up. Like
probably, I feel like maybe that's like a convoluted conversation because he's not like, as a passer, he wasn't generational. Yeah. But his like arm talent was crazy. He could throw the ball super far. So anyway, I think Shaedon Sharpe is in this category where he's like crazy talented, but like, is he going to be a good player?
Yeah.
And so maybe it's a him and Scoot. maybe it's the two of them together, like are kind of deciding. Now, I think Scoot is the important one. And at this point, Sharp is more like just a big plus. If he works out, that's awesome. If Scoot works out, game changer.
Right. Yeah. So, they're a fun team. I like the Trailblazers.
Yeah. Again, I guess I ended up sounding pretty critical. I'm excited to watch them on League Pass. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah. If they can get to 41 and 41, it's a win, and you keep progressing from there. We'll see. They can make a trade.
Yeah. All these teams can add wins.
What's the big contract? The power forward. What's his name?
Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, Jeremy Grant. Like, can we turn that into literally anything?
Yeah, they need to.
Like, if we could do that at the deadline, like someone's like, damn, I need a power forward right now. And they're like, fuck it. Just give me Jeremy Grant. See what we can do. And then you get a couple pieces. Maybe you get a pick out of it. And then you keep going from there. That'd be sick. Anyway, that's the Trailblazers. We'll talk about the last team and get the hell out of here. Utah Jazz, 17 and 65. Finland looks sick. Shout out my boys from Texas hockey, Dallas Stars, Finland. Lauri Markkanen looks great again. He didn't look like that last year, and that he's looking like an Eurobasket right now, but it's different type of basketball, different game, different players. I get that, but he looks good. He didn't look like that last year, so maybe he's good again. Ace Bailey's on their team. We'll see how that works. No one wanted – he just was like, don't draft me, essentially, trying to fall to like 8 or 9. And Utah was like, yeah. Danny Ainge was like, yeah, you're coming here, pal. And then he didn't get on the plane, and then he showed up on the plane 2 days later. This team kind of stinks. You traded Colin Sexton for like pennies, maybe.
Dude, that was crazy.
Maybe 3 pennies. And I was really wanting him on the Mavericks, and I'm fine. I'm actually happy with the scenario, and I didn't get Colin Sexton with that money, but yeah, it's a strange thing where you have all these pieces that people theoretically online are appearing that they want, and then you just trade them for nothing. And you missed out on Cooper Flagg. Sucks. That's a real shame. Like, looking at that top 4 in the draft from this year, I would have been so mad if I'm a Jazz fan or one of the other teams that was supposed to get the number 1 pick or number 2 pick, and they just were like, yeah, here's the 5 and 6 pick, pal. Like, have fun.
Yeah.
That's really tough, and I don't know how many Jazz fans there are out there anymore. So feel bad for the 12 of them. 17 and 65. I don't see anything. Like, do we just trade Lauri and just really, really, really blow it up? Or do we run it back and just say, you know what, let's just keep him forever, hold him hostage, and let him play with these draft picks that may or may not work?
What's his contract situation?
It's a great question. I'll look that up as you talk about the Jazz.
Oh, sorry. I was already typing it up. Okay, dude. He is locked up through 2028.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's a long time.
If they can trade him, they're probably getting a lot in return. So good for them. Unless teams are just going to call their bluff.
Is it a lot in terms of money, or is it a lot of really good stuff? And that's where I don't know where we lie. Like, are we just getting a really bad contract and some filler to get to that $50 million and some draft picks?
I'm talking the number of years left on his contract.
Right. But you also still have to make that money work, because I would assume the team that's trading for him is kind of in cap hell in one of these aprons, and they can only do 1 for 1, or money works that way, you know?
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. You're kind of losing value on the years by doing the annual. That's true. Yeah, I mean, they should have traded him, 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Before they signed this deal, yes, they should have traded him.
Yeah, and then they signed the deal like the day before the season started and prevented him from being able to be traded.
Yep.
So unbelievably.
So now he can be traded. So that's fun.
Yeah, I don't know what this team is trying to do. It doesn't feel like they're trying to win. It doesn't feel like they're trying to amass the most amount of talent like normal tanking teams do. And maybe they've just had bad luck. I don't know. But
it also seems like Danny Ainge is just not in charge anymore. He's like in charge, but he doesn't see anything. He doesn't do it. Seems like someone else is in charge.
He's just sitting around watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Collecting checks, looking at mountains. Yeah. Like in that Celtics documentary, looking at his living room. Yeah. Looks great. I would sit in my living room all the time.
How do you say his name? AJ DeBonsa?
Sure.
The guy that's at BYU now.
Yeah.
My first day
for that guy.
My first day at LDS Church. Surely they are, right? Yeah, traded. They got Yusuf Nurkic in that Colin Sexton deal, which is
so
just
bad, dude. Is he even going to be in the league? Like, is he going to make the team?
I don't know, man. He's so weird. I thought he was a good player when he was on the Blazers, and it's just all been downhill from there.
My mom got a picture of him at the Ritz-Carlton in Atlanta went to an Atlanta Hawks Portland Trailblazers game back in the day, 2017.
Okay.
And I was driving into Atlanta. My mom called me and she's like, "Hey, I think I just saw a basketball player." I was like, "Okay, like whatever." She's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go try to find him." And she's just like walking in the hallways trying to find basketball players. And she got to the elevator and Yusuf Nurkic was right there. She's like, "Can I take a picture of you? Send it to my son. He's a big basketball fan." He's like, "Yeah, sure." My mom sends me a picture of just Yusuf Nurkic in front of the elevator with his phone in his hand, and he's just staring right at the camera. Like, what are we?
Did she ask? Did she ask if she could take a picture of him?
Yeah, and I think he thought like a selfie, and mom just took a picture of him and then went back to her room. So
I want to be that person.
I'm gonna send it to the group chat after this. It's the funniest thing because I'm literally driving in and she sends me a picture of Yusuf Nurkic. I'm like, "Mom, like you should have just taken like a selfie with him to make him feel relatively normal." Like, he's a 7-foot man. He already feels out of place.
Yeah, but also, what if he's not an NBA player and she has to take a selfie with him and he's like, "No"?
Well, I think she saw the whole group like walking down the hall was the thing. Like when she was going to the room, like I think she saw all the players, and I think she's like, "I think they're really tall." I'm like, "Well, yeah." She's like, "There's this really tall white guy, brown hair, beard." And I'm like, "Might be Nurkic. I don't know." And then she runs into him. Very funny.
Yeah.
Now he's on the Jazz. Maybe.
Should we do a Josh impression? I want to talk about Bryce Sensabaugh. That's how he says his name. Bryce Sensabaugh.
Yeah, he loves Sensabaugh.
You know, he looked good in the summer league.
Yeah.
Like his third summer league appearance. It's not nothing. I mean,
it's not something.
It's not definitely something, but it might be something. But it could
probably
be absolutely nothing. He had some moments during the season.
I know. Josh would text the group chat.
Mikalakalik's name?
No, couldn't tell you. Josh would just send text in the group chat in like March at like 9 p.m. Sensabaugh going off right now. Get in the game, boys. Turn it on.
Yeah, maybe later. I would wake up to those texts sometimes.
Yeah, it might have been really late. I can't remember. I was probably already asleep at 9:30.
Utah games. Kevin Love also is a Jazz.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
These are some offseason moves I kind of
Kevin Love on the Jazz.
I had kind of forgotten about. So they've got Kevin Love, they've got Yusuf Nurkic, and they've got Lauri Markkanen, all guys who might not be on that team very long into the season, or at least throughout the season. But then we already said Bryce Sensabaugh.
Sure.
Oh, they also have George Niang.
Yeah. He's good.
So random. And KJ Martin. So there's a collection of randos and Lauri. Okay, then Walker Kessler, Taylor Hendricks, whose leg was snapped in half or something, but hopefully he's good to go. Keontae George.
Against the Mavs too. That was gross.
Keontae George, how do you feel about him? I don't really. Yeah, he has moments.
He does things.
I watched him at Baylor and was kind of confused why he went so high, and I think it's another thing where it's just like the tools were so good, and now he's just kind of what he is. Ace, I hope Ace is really good.
It'd be a lot more fun if he was.
I really hope it. Someone has to be able to wear those awesome uniforms and be good. But like cool good.
Lauri Markkanen.
Not like just spot up good.
Finish.
Yeah,
love Lauri Markkanen.
It's just not the same.
Get him on the Mavs. Get him to Dallas, where all the other Finns in the world are.
Kyle Filipowski, Walker Clayton Jr. Kind of intrigued by that.
Are we worried about Kyle Filipowski's wife now? Girlfriend at the time? Do you not know about this?
Oh man, should I?
So Mormon.
Is it a chronically online thing? Oh, I think you guys told me about this. Let's
groomed.
She's super old.
She's much older, groomed, went to the University of Alabama. So that's why my wife found out about this, was because she was sorority sisters with some of her friends from high school. Yeah, kind of groomed, and now he doesn't talk to his family at all.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard this.
It's very strange.
You guys.
Are you worried about the guy? I am.
Yeah. I don't
even know. Utah and they're Mormon, so I guess it works out for him.
I don't know what to say about that situation.
It's very strange, and I just wanted to point that out.
But I hope it works out for him. Maybe not that. Maybe. But I hope life works out for him.
Yeah. He's making millions of dollars playing basketball. So
whatever the route is. But the rest of it, he's not going to play basketball forever.
Yeah.
We'll see. Kyle, figure it out.
Duke man.
Duke man.
Always rooting for you.
So it's just like a collection of slightly interesting players, and I don't know how they all fit together, and a lot of them all play the same positions.
I'm impressed that we made it this far with Jazz.
Well,
several minutes.
I started looking at the roster, and I feel like there's something something has to be said. Cody Williams, I mean, just a total waste. That's confusing.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This
roster
is confusing. It seems like Danny Ainge is just like, you know what? Here, you take this team and do whatever the fuck you want. I'm going to my house.
Yeah, poor Will Hardy.
Yeah, that's tough. It's a good coach. Maybe.
I think so. Not be. I keep getting told he is, but he has to play with these guys. So
yeah, it's tough. So I don't know. Maybe they're better than 17 and 65. Maybe they're not.
Yeah, it might be worse.
Could be.
If they trade Laurie, they'll be worse.
Yeah, they definitely will. So that's the Jazz. That's the Northwest Division. Let's do MVP pick real quick. MVP of the Northwest Division. I'm going Jokic.
Dang. I thought I was going to zag.
I'm not taking Shea. You know I'm not taking
Yeah, I guess I should have thought about that. Who am I talking to? Man. Yeah, I'm going to go Jokic again. I think he's going to like kind of reclaim the MVP spotlight this year.
Yeah, I think they can get upwards of 60 wins. I don't know if they will. Like, I think that's kind of their ceiling is right around 60 wins. If they do that, that's an easy pick for Jokic, actual MVP, not just Northwest Division. So,
yeah, right. Exactly.
Better team. You should have the same stats on a better team with more wins. Like, that just makes sense to me.
Yeah, I also hate the MVP conversation, and the naming of the award I think is stupid. Okay. It should be called most outstanding player.
Sure.
Or something like that.
Because if we're doing valuable, then yeah.
It has to be Jokic. As soon as you throw the word value in there, it completely changes the conversation.
I saw a clip of JJ Watt talking about it, how Ryan Fitzpatrick said that he should have won the 2014 MVP and everything. And JJ Watt was like, yeah, no, I shouldn't have.
Well, of course he did.
Well, because he said the most valuable position on a football field is the quarterback. The quarterback should just win it every year for the best team, the best stats, all that kind of stuff. Like that player should just win it because that is the most valuable position on the field. Because we missed the playoffs the year that I had one of the best seasons ever as a defensive player.
Oh, is that right? Wow.
Yeah, they didn't make the playoffs. So, right. So when you put it like that, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Like you were the best defensive player that we've seen in the last 20 years. Best season, and you didn't make the playoffs. Sure, you probably shouldn't win MVP because you didn't win enough games.
Yeah,
because the value is in the sense of winning. Are you contributing the most to winning basketball and winning basketball games, while also putting up the stats and being the best player on your team and all that kind of stuff? That matters. And Shea did that last year. I know Jokic did it as well. Like that team was garbage last year, and Jokic carried them 50 wins.
Yeah,
so
they were pretty bad.
Yeah, that's our Northwest Division MVP. We'll do Defensive Player of the Year.
DPOY. I don't even know who the defensive players are on. Oh, okay. So we have some good ones to choose from. Do you want to kind of talk through them, or you just want to pick yours?
You can talk through them. I have my answer, I think, but you can give me more answers.
You give your answer, and I'll go off that.
I mean, it's Rudy Gobert just by product of what we've seen for the last decade.
Yeah, that's fair. Other considerations, I think J-Dub.
Yeah,
should be up there.
I'm not putting Lou Dort in this conversation.
I'm not either. I think J-Dub's better. I think J-Dub's a better defender.
Cleaner. He's cleaner.
Yeah. He's like a more traditional point of attack defender. I think he's a little more versatile. He can move a little better. Better all around two-way player for sure.
Yes.
Gobert's obviously on there. Kumara could be like an interesting
pick. He was second team all defense last year. So yes,
that's be interesting.
Yeah, I forgot about. I don't know how I forgot about him. We talked about him 10 minutes ago, but yeah.
Yeah. So if you're basing it on like who would likely win an award in this situation, it's probably Gobert because the rim protection is so incredibly valuable. I'm gonna go with J-Dub just because personally I think defending at the wing is more aesthetically pleasing.
I'll take Josh's pick. It's Kamara.
Yeah. There we go.
We hit them all.
Of course.
And then Rookie of the Year. Who is it?
I'll tell you, Bailey. I'm going with Ace.
It feels like by blue chipness, it has to be Ace.
Right? We might have to go with Ace, yeah.
Because did the Timberwolves or who did OKC draft? Someone to stash away for 3 years in Europe?
Yeah, probably they just drafted the rights to some
guy that's going to show up in 4 years and be sick.
Yeah.
We'll take Ace Bailey. We like that one.
I'll take Ace. I think he's actually going to be good. I think it might be rough at first. And I don't know how good he will be when it comes to winning basketball games, but I think it will look cool.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to get like a lot of touches, right? You would think. Outside of Laurie. Who else is there there's no Colin Sexton anymore to pound the rock. So it's like.
Yeah, I mean, I think I could be totally wrong. If a Jazz fan ever listens to this, they're like, you have no idea how our roster even works.
Nope.
You have guys like Collier, you have guys like Keontae George who might get to dribble the ball a lot, but if it's me, they're dribbling the ball to get it to Ace.
Yeah.
Or Laurie, whichever one of those two guys. So yeah. Also, like, I don't know how well Ace can dribble, but some pick and pop with Laurie and Ace feels like it could be really dangerous.
Seems fun.
If he can actually hit like his middies and stuff like that. That could be kind of interesting. Just 2 knockdown shooters.
Yeah.
Running that. Anyway.
I'm in on that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ace.
All right. Ace Bailey, Rookie of the Year, Northwest Division. That's the Northwest Division preview. And it's a little bit longer of an episode today. We've been longer on these division previews because we're going through every team and ranting on about 5 teams in a division. But we also had Kawhi news today that we had to hit on. So longer episode, but it was a fun one. We miss you, Joshua Basketball Garcia. You will be missed. Maybe he'll be back next week. Who's to say? I don't know when the next episode's going to come out. I'm in Miami next week, so I doubt I'm going to be doing this. So if y'all want to do it on your own, you could absolutely do that, and I'll edit it and everything. If you want.
Wow.
2-man weave with Josh and Sheldon. That'd be fun. If you want. I don't know. We could talk about that.
Yeah.
But we'll get an episode out next week.
I'll have my people talk to his people.
Yeah. That'll be good. That'll just be the Zero Gravity Love Triangle group chat.
Yeah, that'll be the group chat.
Yeah, so we'll be back next week at some point. I don't know what day yet. We'll figure that out in due time. I'll let you know. But shout out to our sponsor, Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. We love Zing Zang. Michelada mix, the margarita mix. They're all great. Specs, Total Wine, HEB, Tom Thumb, Sprouts. You can get it pretty much anywhere. We love Zing Zang. America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. And shout out to Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. Best place to watch football on Sundays is Big City Wings. Best wings in town in Houston. So if you're in Houston, there's 14 locations. Go check them out. Big City Wings. Sheldon, thank you for joining me. That's the Northwest Division preview. We'll do another division next week. And hopefully we have more Kawhi news to talk about because that was fun.
Bye.
This has been Zero Gravity, Pablo Media's NBA podcast. We'll be back very, very soon with another episode.